Well, I finally did it. I finally did it. After years of being in Japan, or I guess, coming back and forth different times, I finally decided to fucking escort. I gotta be honest, dude. It sucked. She was hot as fuck. Don't get me wrong. She was very attractive. She was a good looking girl. I mean, good enough that I would be like, okay, I'd fuck you. I was just kind of thinking like, well, I don't know. I've been to Japan so many times. You always need to try new things. So okay, let me see what it's actually like because it's like my first time going to a love hotel too. So I've never been to a love hotel or anything like that. And dude, it was bad. It was really, really fucking bad. Let me just say, it's just one of those things, and I've said this before. I've actually had a lot of bad sexual experiences, and it was bad. Like, good looking girl, but man, it's so forced, you know. And it was just like, it was kind of funny when I took off my shirt. She's like, "Whoa, are you like a wrestler or something?" And I don't know. And then she's like bouncing on top of me, trying to suck my dick, and she's like, "Are you hard to make cum?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm having a hard time even getting excited. This is so forced." So eventually I did. I busted in her, and I was like, I don't know. Hopefully my dick doesn't fall off. And we talked about it. I'm like, man, that was bad. And she's like, that really was your first time with an escort, kind of basically. I was like, she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. Anyway, we talked about it a little bit. I'm like, oh well, whatever. I guess I had an experience. It was one of those things. It was so bad. It's definitely one of those things. Like I was like, man, that feels like strike one and maybe three strikes. It was so unpleasurable, I would say. You know, I can't even imagine doing it again other than the fact that it was so bad. I'm like, bro, that was really, really bad. Maybe I should feel lucky lucky enough that, I have girls that, like me and that, girls trust you, because in a way a girl trusts you to fuck her in the first place, right? A girl, submits herself to you and, you know, God, but it's so forced. You don't get to tease each other. There's no teasing. There's no like. It's just bad. It's almost like I was like, there's people that actually regularly do this. Like that's how bad it was. I was just like, dude, I don't know. Like I had the walk of shame afterwards. I had the walk of melancholy. I'm like, that was not. I don't know, dude. Like I said, good looking girl. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's good looking. I mean, I sure as fuck I'm not gonna waste my first time on an escort if she wasn't good looking, but yeah, no, it's just like the only reason I would ever even try it again is just because it was so bad it feels like. I don't know. That's just how bad it was. I'm like, is that strike one and it counts as three strikes, or is it so bad that I guess it can just count as one strike? I don't know. I can't imagine doing that again. And it's weird because you hear some people, and I've had friends that are like, oh man, I was talking to one guy before. He's like, I used to think that people were lame who paid for sex. And then, I came to Japan and I got tired of paying for dates. It's the same price and sometimes you don't get laid. So I just like to fuck all the time and I'll fucking escort basically. And, just me now, dude, I'm like, why? I have more. I can jack off and have more fun than that. To be honest with you, I mean, really, I can jack off and it's more fun than that. I can just imagine. I can touch myself. I can have me and girls. I'll tell you before. Like, I mean, people probably like ASMR. There's like a great feeling, and you can do it to girls too. Like, you can make a girl come just by talking to her. Just like I've had girls talk so nice to me before that I have legit busted. You know what I mean? Like, now maybe some dudes, they've never teased a girl that much, or they never like fucking fucked with her mind that much to be able to talk to a girl like that. But it's amazing to think that, because I even talked to her about it. I'm like, dude, and I was like, dude, you've never come from anybody doing this kind of shit, have you? And she's like, oh no, never. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, how do you? And she's like, oh, you get a lot of money. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, dude, I can't imagine anyone has ever made you come. We talked about it a little bit, but anyway, but when it's actually real, you can actually like tease somebody and like get excited. Like, man, I was like fucking 60% boner, if that. I'm like, you're losing me here, dude. Again, good looking girl. I don't want to say it was her fault. Then again, I guess if you pay a girl, I don't know. My mindset was not really into it either, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's like my hormone stuff. I don't know. Hopefully my dick doesn't fall off, I guess, after this. That would be even worse. First escort experience and my dick falls off. Jesus fuck. That's the last thing I need to do. I do have insurance while I'm in Japan, but there's a $500 deductible, so I definitely don't want to pay the $500 on getting my dick fixed. But anyway, yeah, that's my story. Honest to a fault, I guess. Like I said, you only live once. I can say I did it now. Not really a desire to do it again, other than the fact that it was so bad. I'm like, dude, do I have to do this again? There's no way that people actually enjoy this. But who knows, right? More power to you if you do.